got to interrupt you here. We have some breaking news that I want to bring our AJ Hammer in on. This is news coming now. I've confirmed that Donna Summer, the Queen of Disco, has died this morning after fighting a battle with cancer. And AJ, I want to just bring you in if you can give us any of the details around what happened, how old she is, the circumstances around her death.
Yeah, they're very sketchy right now, but CNN, Suzanne, has just confirmed that Donna Summer has died at the age of 63. She was in Florida. She was born on New Year's Eve back in 1948 and rose to prominence as a singer and songwriter, of course, during the 70s disco era. She was born in Boston, LaDonna Adrienne Gaines. And when she was a teenager, she was cast in the international tour of Hair. She met an actor named Helmut Sommer in Australia, S-O-M-M-E-R. That was in Austria. They got married. When the marriage ended, she held on to the last name, tweaked it a bit, and became officially Donna Summer as we knew her. And she had huge hits throughout her career that we all came to really know. The real red-hot arc of her career happened between about 1977 and 1984. All songs you know, all songs anybody who loves to dance loves. Her hard-driving hit, I Feel Love, was and remains an iconic song of the early disco era. 1978, a huge year for Donna Summer. She released a song that still, I think, closes down parties all around the world to this day, Last Dance. Her very first #1 came in 1978. That's when she covered the classic MacArthur Park. 1979, though, that really cemented Donna Summer's place as the Queen of Disco. Iconic #1 songs that you absolutely know, Hot Stuff and Bad Girls. Now, Suzanne, you may remember one of her very first hits. It was all the way back in 1975. It was called Love to Love You Baby. And when that was released, it was very controversial. Actually, a couple of versions came out. One was 17 minutes long, and it really was at the very beginning of the disco era. There were a lot of moans and groans in that song, as you may remember.
Yeah,
and a lot of radio stations refused to play it because of that. And she actually, Suzanne, distanced herself from that song. Here, we're listening to it right now. She distanced herself from it when she became much more spiritual and religious, but embraced it later in her career. Once again, we just...
Let's listen in if we can, just a little bit.
That'd be great.
Do it to me again and again. Put me in such an awful spin in a spin.
I want to welcome our viewers around the world from CNN International who are joining us. We are announcing the death of Donna Summer, the Queen of Disco, and AJ Hammer and I were just talking about some of her hits there. And AJ, she was really, she started off in the church, the gospel tradition. She went on as a teenager, performing with a group, a rock band called Crow, and then really took off. She went to Europe and Germany for a while and really found her voice there, was recognized as really kind of a superstar in Europe first before coming back to the United States. And AJ, I have to tell you, I remember that Love to Love You Baby song. I was very small and my siblings were very small as well, and we had no idea what she was saying. We thought it was Lacha Lacha. But when we started the moans and groans, my mother was so upset and said, "You cannot sing that song. Don't sing that song." We had no idea what we were singing, but clearly that was one of the songs that she really was known for, and pushing the envelope a little bit too. I mean, she was very much embraced in the 70s and the 80s, very much by the gay community. A lot of people who would love to dress up as Donna Summer for parties and things like that, and really very welcoming, very warm to just a very eclectic group of people who used to follow her.
I'll tell you, I have a very funny story of my own about a Donna Summer song, Hot Stuff. You remember that big hit? #1 back in 1979. I was young at the time. I remember I was on my way to school. My dad was driving. It came on the AM radio, and it was right around the time of Passover that year. And I was sure... And I remember this to this day, and I tell the story a lot. I was sure she was saying, I want some matzah, baby, this evening. I want some matzah, baby, tonight. For the Jewish holiday of Passover, obviously, it was Hot Stuff, and boy, was it ever for her. And I should point out, Suzanne, you know, even though she didn't have a lot of chart hits that we heard quite often on the radio over the past few years, she was working throughout all of the time since her major success really sort of waned at the end of the 80s. She had a couple of hits after releasing an album in the late 80s, but she had a hit that was chart-topping on the dance charts just 2 years ago. She was reportedly just back in the studio working on an album. She reportedly has died of cancer and really kept it under wraps. We were not made aware of the fact that she was sick, and it really comes as a shock and a surprise to all of us today. It's one of those stories that when it crossed, we had no idea that it was even possible. Donna Summer, just 63 years old.
Do we have any idea, AJ, whether or not she was surrounded by family or friends, or if she had reached out to people in her final days and final weeks?
We're still awaiting confirmation on all of that. What we have learned is that she was in Florida. I've seen reports where there were people with her as recently as a couple of weeks ago saying that she seemed okay and was eager to get back to work on whatever she was reportedly working on back in the studio. So the details are still trickling on the circumstances around her death. But again, a real shocking loss, not having even known that she was dealing with an illness at this time.
She also teamed up with Barbra Streisand and Quincy Jones, a lot of the music legends, the greats, that she was had duets and also productions that were behind the scenes. And she really did kind of reach across a lot of different communities when you think about it, because it was not just disco, it was gospel, it was rock, it was a little bit of everything that she kind of tossed it in. And she had that kind of attitude and that long hair that really said, you know, I'm here, I'm a presence here, and really took that whole era by storm, really pushing the envelope a little bit, I would say, in the 70s and the 80s.
For sure, and she really defined diva well before a lot of people knew what the word diva meant. And it's interesting because we really know her as the queen of disco because of the massive success she had in the discos, the discotheques as they were called back in the 70s and early 80s. But in the early 80s, she was eager to branch out and sort of move away from the sound that she had gotten most closely associated with. She had worked from the very beginning with a producer named Giorgio Moroder, and her record label had actually asked her to leave Giorgio and start working with Quincy Jones. She actually sort of developed a new wave sound in the early 80s. Its influence can be seen in groups like Duran Duran and others. Her album The Wanderer really reflected that sound. And of course, she even brought a little reggae sound. You might remember a song she did with Musical Youth. That was a big hit, a moderate hit for her. It wasn't a #1 hit, but she did envelop her sound with some reggae influence at that time. Her song, I believe it was 1983, She Works Hard for the Money, a not only huge hit, but really an anthem. A song that still to this day, you see a segment about women being empowered, or a segment about that song is the one that still gets played even here in 2012.
Yeah, and if you want to bring a crowd to a frenzy, just play Last Dance and have everybody, I mean, really, from heartbreak to success to overcoming triumph and tragedy. I mean, that's one that you play the album and everybody goes kind of crazy. But she did a lot of collaborations with folks, very, very well-known people that have been in the news recently. Aretha Franklin being one of them, of course, the Bee Gees, another group, Barbra Streisand, and even Bette Midler, all of them contributing to her body of work. And she really was a force to be reckoned with. I mean, her voice, the way she was able to really move people, to get them to get up, to dance, to celebrate, to cry a little bit, to reflect, to think about their own lives. And the fact that she was able to bring so many different kinds of people at that time. You might recall back in the day when music was more segregated and more defined, and she really kind of broke out of those boxes, broke out of those definitions, and went for it, and worked with people across many different musical genres.
It was very unifying. We just have some more information that's just coming into us, Suzanne. Donna Summer's publicist Brian Edwards confirms that the singer did die this morning. The family did release a statement. It's just being put in front of me right now. Early this morning, we lost Donna Summer Sudano, a woman of many gifts, the greatest being her faith. While we grieve her passing, we are at peace celebrating her extraordinary life and her continued legacy. Words truly cannot express how much we appreciate your prayers and love for our family at this sensitive time. She was born in 1948 on New Year's Eve, 63 years old, losing just an icon in music quite unexpectedly, 5-time Grammy winner Donna Summer.
I wonder if we can listen in to some of her songs that we are playing. Donna Summer, Queen of Disco, multi-talented, 5-time Grammy winner, has died today, and we are paying tribute to her this afternoon. We're going to have more after a quick break.